Well, hello everyone. It's the 50-year-old 420 gamer. Long time no see. Thanks for stopping by. Haven't made a video in quite some time. Been a lot of changes in my life. One of them moving out of the state I grew up in and moving closer to my sister. So family time is much easier than over a phone. So that being said, I'm going to do some Palworld today. I have an in-game account that I still kept the file, but when 1.0 went live, I decided that I was going to start the game all over again. And this is my base here right at the beginning of the game. The very first tower you open is where my base is. I'm already power level 80 and I've killed most of the bosses and headed off to the big tree, but I haven't gotten there yet. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video and I'll show you around my base. So as you guys know, here's the starting point. This is where we all start at, and my base is literally right here. So I've used the defensive walls so I can run raids and pinhole them into doorways, which works really well. My time with Save the World and Trap Tunneling, it kind of does the same effect. It forces them into those door openings, and then your pals can just pummel them. So let's take a walk through my base. You know, this is the actual starting point. So you can't build through certain things, but you know, this is where you get your first chest and your first, you know, note for what is happening on the planet. Haven't figured out what I'm going to do with this area just yet, but something will end up going down here. And you know, there's certain areas where the game will let you build, and then the next piece it says, no, sorry, you can't build there. So as you come in, you know this area. This is where you start at. All my kind of production and my, you know, crafting is up here. All my production items are in here. Nice little quaint sitting area for to sit and, you know, relax. You know, it's all fantasy. And then my main base, all of this I had to build this way to get up over all the rocks that are naturally in here that you can't build through. And as you can see, certain parts of the floor would go down and other parts would not. So base floor out here, this is all my ranching, my production of wheat, flour, my plants, all my berries, which I'm still frustrated that here all this is already in these, but for some reason they can't seem to put them. Oh, that's because the tomatoes are. So here, let's do this. But as you can see, here's all the food, but they won't put all the food in the same container. For some reason, even though this container is closer to what it is, for some reason they just always just put it in the wrong container. I'm not sure why, but my organization gets all flustered because I like things in certain things, and like this, that doesn't go in here, that doesn't go in here. There's already storage with that stuff in it, so why they have to put it in a different container, I have no clue, because in the beginning they were picking up stuff from my ranches and taking it all the way across to the other side of the base, even though I had these closed out and marked for only, as you can see, the settings for certain items. Certain items over here were also ingredients, and they were taking them to the other side of the base. So up here is kind of all my production. We'll go back down below here in a moment. So this is quartzite and ore and, you know, all the stuff you need in the game. all the wood and stone down here. And then when you come up here, you can actually cut through here, and this is where all my workbenches are. I really don't need this anymore, but they were from, you know, when you first start out. And then all of my schematics, things I've collected along the way. Over here is all my medicines and potions and whatever that stuff is called. Your clinic for your pals. Over here is all their beds and their jacuzzis and whatnot. The increaser so that you can increase your farming skills, your fire skills, kindling, and all of that. So everything up here is kind of production. I had to do this because it was too tall and it wouldn't go here, so resolve that problem by glass. And then when we come up top, this is where my little home is. Come in here, everything's kind of Japanese style. All my skill fruits, households, my workbooks, things I haven't used yet. This is all outside. I have my settings set so that anything you build outside of the build doesn't deteriorate or go bad. So I have two breeding camps, and then all of my condenser, my operation table, my egg hatchery. My quest is over here. My disassembly unit is up here. So from a distance, you can see, as long as you use pillars, you can build anywhere. It doesn't matter. You can build anywhere. As long as you have support, the game will acknowledge the support and will allow you to build anywhere. Certain areas, though, as you guys know, the topography, depending upon the topography, it may or may not allow you to put that item there. Like in this corner, for some reason, it would not allow me to put a corner piece down to take this all the way down to the ground. So, unfortunately, that had to be built like that. Now, there is another section that I've worked on, which I'm not sure what's going to go down here, but you can see the door right over here. And to get in there, if you come from down here, which I don't very often. Oh, what is that? Is that still coming from... I wonder if that's still coming from where they're smacking the rock up there. I don't know why, but that appears periodically. And as you can see, I couldn't really put anything there. So I just did what the game would allow me to do. And then when you climb up here, you can actually come up here, and there's another place where I can put items back here. But I haven't figured out what I want to put here. Because, you know, if I put something here and the pals get stuck because they don't know how to path properly, then it creates a whole problem. Again, if you go to the map, oh, and here's my... Right down here is where my arena. So I can do my fighting of my arena. So basically everything is encompassed at your starting point. Even though I'm just now got to Faybreak and this island, I've basically been trying to open up everything on the map before I get there, but as you can see, I still got a lot of stuff to go. But I've been playing very slowly so that way I don't finish the game too soon and then I'm bored and I move on. So I've been trying to take it slower. So that being said, we will now go to my other account so that you can see the massive build that I've built on that account. Sorry, I'm looking at the big TV instead of my tiny 17-inch laptop screen. So this was my most recent file prior to 1.0. Actually, now that I'm making a video, shame on me because I haven't been in this file, so I don't know if it's going to load properly. Oh, that's pretty good. And I have no clue where I'm going to end up. Oh, okay, so I'm at my bases. Alright, so this account, I basically have, this is all production, and if you look at where I am, I'm in Fabric Island. I have 3 of them. One is for the production side, which that's what this is, all production. As you can see, my arena's over here. And then up top, this is all my breeding and farming. But I've taken a different approach on this new file, which is more geared towards not really focused on giant builds and numerous builds like I did on this account, but more focused on the game itself. So now I'll take you guys through the actual build. So when we come in here, this is the PAL box area. And then all my production. Never colored these. Oh, and these are all new. God, I haven't been in this file in a while. You can tell I was prepping. All kinds of stuff in here. And then all my production, shall we say. And upstairs, this is all for breeding. God, I'm still breeding stuff. Huh. Interesting. Still breeding all kinds of stuff. Jeez. Okay. Totally forgot I haven't been in this account for a while. I've been playing my new file. And the top floor is all gardening. Around the outside's all the fruit trees, the skill fruit trees, and then inside is all the gardening. And then up top is all of the storage, shall we say. And a small little that I never finished was, this was where my little house was going to be, so that I could look out down onto the ship down below. And so now let's go to this one, which this is all production. I love that we can change the color of the game, or not the color of the game, but the color of the glass, everything on the floor. Certain items can be changed. Granted, other items cannot be changed, but for the most part, most of it can be changed. So it kind of gives you the option and the ability to create something visually cool and stunning. So I left these open so that at any point I could fly. Okay, now you're going to prove me wrong. Fly out of the build itself. And again, this is just production and questing. Going out on those quests. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this little video. I'm thoroughly enjoying the update. The only thing I would ask of the developers is, could they please address the storage? Allow us to critique it a little bit more. And on top of that, not even critique it, But if I already have something in this bin and they're collecting right here next to it, the coding should tell them to go to this bin first, not pick it up and go to the exact opposite side of the base to put it in a bin that doesn't have that item in it. That is beyond irritating. That is annoying because the code should automatically tell it, hey, it's in that bin right next to you. Just go put it in that bin. But it doesn't. It literally will force them to go all the way across the entire build over to some other container that allows them to put it in it. So, again, hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day. Thank you very much. Be safe. And you know, as I always say, you're never too old to game. Enjoy.